Hey kids, welcome to section 5.2, total purchase price. Today you're going to learn how to calculate the total purchase price. I want you to think about how do the sales taxes you pay get to the proper government agencies. So you pay these sales taxes. Where do they go? Who gets them? What's done with them? So most stores will give you a sales receipt as a proof of purchase. In fact, there's some places that if they don't give you a receipt, they have to give you something free. Usually it's in like drive-thrus or something. And so the sales receipt shows the selling price of each item or service you purchased, the total of all the selling price of all the items you purchased, any sales tax, and the total purchase amount. So it shows a whole bunch of different things. And this sales receipt might be a handwritten sales receipt. Usually it's a cash register tape, but it depends where you go. I went to a flower store last weekend and they hand wrote it. But I go to other places and it's automatic on a register. So every place is different. Total purchase price. The total purchase price is when you take the total selling price and you're going to add your sales tax. Now, a lot of kids don't worry about receipts, but you should always have a receipt for something that you think you might want to return. I get a receipt for everything, even if there's a record of me purchasing something on an app somewhere. An itemized receipt is what you need if you want to return something. So always keep your receipts. So again, from section 5.1 to calculate sales tax, you're going to take your total selling price and you're going to multiply by the sales tax rate. Remember that sales tax rate is a percentage that you're going to change to a decimal. And then to find the total purchase price, which is the section we're on right now, we're going to take that total selling price that you added everything up and add the sales tax. So basically we're doing section 5.1, but we're adding it back on in the end. The only thing that's also going to get a little tricky is the wording. Make sure that you're reading all the words carefully. Don't skip words because some of the numbers that you need are written as words. So be very careful. All right, example number 1. Alex bought two-way radios for $59.99 each, 2 surge protectors at $19.99, a wireless printer router for $79.98, and 3 color ink cartridges at $34.99 each. What is the total purchase price if he lives in West Virginia, where the sales tax rate is 6%? All right, so we've got parts A, B, and C. Part A wants us to find total selling price. So that's add up everything that you bought. So there are 2 two-way radios for $59.99 each. That means each of them is $59.99. So I have 2 of them and I multiply by $59.99. Plus, then I bought 2 surge protectors at $19.99. Notice it doesn't have the word each there. Therefore, we're not multiplying by 2. It's 2 of them and I only pay $19.99. Then I have a wireless printer for $79.98. And then I have 3 color ink cartridges at $34.99 each. So I need to multiply the 3 by $34.99. So notice sometimes you have to multiply the numbers they give you and sometimes you don't. All right, so let's do the math here. So 2 times $59.99 is $119.98. Then we have the $19.99, the $79.98, and 3 times $34.99 is $104.97. If I add this up, my total selling price is $324.92. Notice this is the total selling price, okay? Not to be confused with total purchase price, which we're going to do in a minute. All right, part B, what is the sales tax? Well, notice that it said the sales tax rate was 6%. So I need to take the total, $324.92, and I need to multiply by 6% as a decimal. Round to 2 decimals, this is $19.50. Part C, this is the new section. What is the total purchase price? So I'm going to take my total selling price, which was $324.92, and I'm going to add my sales tax, which is $19.50. Add these together, I get a total purchase price of $344.42. So vocab is very important, kids. Make sure you're reading the vocab so that you know what they're trying to ask you to find. All right, example number 2. Anna purchased 2 blankets at $44.99 each. Okay, so that means I'm going to have to multiply 2 times $44.99 plus 1 mattress for $59. Okay, so 1 mattress, so I don't have to multiply by anything. And 2 bed sheets for a total of $9.99. Oh, so that means I don't have to multiply either. The sales tax rate is 5.75%. What is the total purchase price including sales tax? All right, so let's get a total selling price here. 2 times $44.99 is $89.98 plus the 59 plus the $9.99. So that's going to give us a total selling price of $158.97. I'm not done. I need to do the sales tax. So our total selling price, $158.97. Let's go over here and we're going to do some sales tax. So take $158.97 and multiply by the tax percentage, 5.75%. So that's 0.0575. Multiply this round to 2 decimals, $9.14. Now I'm going to find my total purchase price. That's when I take my total selling price, $158.97, and add the sales tax, $9.14. This is going to give me a total of $168.11. Okay, so step 1, add everything that they're purchasing up. Step 2, calculate the sales tax. Step 3, add it back on. All right, example number 3, we are looking at Daisy's Donuts. We're going to use the menu to find the total for each guest check. So we have 2 guest checks here, guest 1 and guest 2. We have a menu here of donuts and coffees and lattes and hot chocolates and the such. So our goal is to find the total on each ticket. All right, so guest check number 1, they had 1 donut, and 1 donut's $1.29. So let's put $1.29. 1 iced coffee, so we have coffee hot or iced is $2.19. So then I need to find the subtotal. That's like saying your total selling price. So we're going to add up the $1.29 and the $2.19. That's $3.48. I'm going to find the tax by multiplying by 0.08, and that's going to give me 28 cents. And then my total purchase price or total is going to add those 2 up, and $3.76 is the total. The decimal's kind of hard to see. So figure out what the prices are of the items, find the subtotal, multiply the subtotal by the tax rate to get the tax, and then find the total by adding the subtotal and the tax together. All right, let's try another one. Guest check number 2. This person had 1 half dozen donuts. So half dozen donuts is $6.59, and they had 1, $6.59. 1 donut hole, so 1 donut hole, that must be a ginormous donut hole, $4.89. Then we have 2 vanilla lattes. So lattes, 3 flavors, each one is $3.49. So I'm going to put a 3.49 here, and we're going to multiply $3.49 times 2, and that's going to give us $6.98. To find your subtotal or your total selling price, add them up, $14.86. Your sales tax rate is 8%, so we're going to multiply by 0.08, and that's going to give us $1.19. We're going to find the total purchase price or the total by adding them up, and you're going to get $16.05 for guess number 2. All right, last example, example number 4. AJ purchased a shredder for $39.99. 2 laminators for $31.65. Ooh, don't have to multiply. Notice it doesn't say each. We also have 4 electric pencil sharpeners, and you get 2 for $15.99. So if you get 2 for $15.99 and I need another 2 to get a total of 4, then I need to purchase 2 of the $15.99s. We also get a magnetic card reader, which is $14.99. So this is all that I'm purchasing, so let's add it up. We got the $39.99, the $31.65. If I do 2 times $15.99, it's $31.98 plus the last $14.99. If I add this all up, our subtotal or our total selling price is $118.61. Let's find our tax. Tax is only 3%. Wow. So take $118.61, your total selling price, multiply by 3%, 0.03. Round to 2 decimals gives us sales tax of $3.56. To find our total, we're going to take our selling price, $118.61, and add our sales tax, $3.56. This gives us a total purchase price of $122.17. All right, that is how you do total purchase price. So if you have any questions about it, let me know. And as always, keep calm and keep trucking.